his retirement IQ seems to be on the low end of the bell curve and not like the smart way to build wealth. I'm going to tell you exactly why his retirement IQ plan is not the best way to build wealth and why it's going to cost you a lot of money. Hi, I'm SHANA of the Wealth Vibe, and I create videos to help you eliminate debt, grow your income, and build wealth. Recently, I was watching a video by Hogan where he was giving a woman horrible retirement investing advice. And I don't want you to make the same costly mistake. So before I tell you about the horrible advice that he was giving her and the advice that I want you to avoid, go ahead and hit the like button if you are all about building wealth and living your best financial life now and in your future retirement. Hogan has a show and he accepts questions from callers. And on this particular day, a woman called in to ask whether she should pay off her debt or if she should take advantage of her 401k match that her employer was giving her. So we're going to take a look at the video together, and then we're going to piece together why his advice is not really wise.
First and foremost, I've got Heather on the line out in Denver. Heather, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm focused and not finished, young lady. What's on your mind?
Well, I recently started the Dave Ramsey Financial Peace University.
Good.
And I am working on baby step number 2. And I know that the recommendation is to not contribute to any retirement or 401k until you get steps 2 and 3 completed.
Mm-hmm.
But my question is, my company has an amazing match where if I contribute 5%, they'll match 11%.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm having a hard time giving up that match since it's pretty amazing and not heard of in many organizations. So I was hoping that you could have some suggestions or ways to use my mind.
Yes, that is a phenomenal match. She only has to contribute 5% in order to get 11%. Most companies are only matching 3% to 5%, and she's getting a whole 11%. She doesn't even have to contribute 11%. She only has to contribute 5%. So that's an awesome deal.
All right, so that's the backstory. Tell me a little bit about the further backstory, this credit card debt. How much do you owe right now?
I have about $14,000 in credit card debt. That's the only debt I have. The majority of it is sitting on 3 cards.
Okay, so break it down for me. Card 1 has how much on it?
About $1,300 on it.
Okay, all right.
And
go ahead.
Card 2 has about $3,900.
Okay.
And then card 3 has about a little over $8,000, and that one is a no interest card right now.
Okay. And okay, so the $3,900, do you know the rate on it?
I think it's at about 10 or 11%.
Okay, and the $1,300?
That one's the highest. I think that one's at about 17%.
Okay, gotcha. Heather, how old are you?
I'm 35.
35 years old. And what's your household income with this job?
It's about $90,000.
$90,000. Okay. And so outside, are you renting or buying right now?
I own my home.
Okay. How much is your mortgage payment?
It's about $1,800.
Okay. And do you have no car payment or anything else?
Correct.
Okay. Heather, I'm going to tell you something. You can pay this off in easily within 9 to 12 months.
So I agree with Hogan. She can definitely clear this debt within the next year because she has an income of $90,000 and she has no other debt, and she only has $14,000 of credit card debt. This is something that she can easily get rid of given that her other expenses are pretty low. Her question is, should she follow the Dave Ramsey's baby steps, which Hogan also adopts, and to follow the steps where it says that she should not invest in anything until she pays off all her debt. And the reason why she's asking this is because she has an awesome opportunity with this amazing match that her company gives her of giving 11% for every 5% that she contributes.
Here's what your main question was. Why would we tell people to pause investing, right, while they focus on getting out of debt? Heather, it's purely about speed.
So he says that the advice that Dave Ramsey gives, in which he also stands by, the baby steps, is about speed. Chris Hogan in particular is about building wealth so that you can live a really great life for retirement. So if we're talking about speed here, wouldn't you think that getting free money at the ring of 11% from her employer, wouldn't that get her to the point of building wealth at a faster pace than pausing on investing in her 401k until she pays off $14,000 of debt? I would think that she would get to her goal of building wealth a lot faster if she also contributes to her 401k and picks up the 11% match along the way while she is paying off her debt. And really, we were talking about her paying off her debt within 12 months. She could get it done really quickly while still contributing 5%. So let's do the math on this. So she has a $90,000 salary. So in order for her to get the 11% match, she has to contribute 5%. So that means that within a year, she has to contribute $4,500. Every month, that works out to be $375 that she has to contribute. And in return, she will get 11% from her employer, which equates to $9,900. So at the end of the year, she will have accumulated the $9,900 match plus what she contributed of $4,500. She will accumulate $14,400 in her 401k, assuming that it doesn't grow. This is just how much she contributes. So she's basically going to have about the same amount of money that she has in debt. She's going to have that in her 401k. Off the bat, you can see that this is already the way that she should be going. She should be contributing to her 401k because she's going to earn as much money in her 401k as she is spending in debt. And she can easily do both at the same time. She's probably taking home somewhere around $4,500 a month, and she said her mortgage is about $1,800. So if we subtract $4,500, these are just rough numbers, but if we subtract $1,800 from $4,500, that means she has $2,700 that she can contribute to anything. And so let's also assume that her living expenses are another $1,000. She will have $1,700 left over that she can contribute towards paying off her debt. If she were to contribute $1,700 every single month and she has $14,000 in credit card debt, let's see how quickly she can get out of debt. So 14,000 divided by 1,700, that means she can get out of debt in 8 months, which is pretty good, which is what we were thinking. Chris Hogan and I agree that she can get out of debt in less than a year. So let's take out the contribution that she would have to contribute to her 401k and then do the math on how quickly she can get out of debt that way. She would have to contribute $375 a month. So we assume that she would have $1,700 left over every month that she could potentially contribute to debt. So let's subtract $375 from $1,700. So she will have $1,325. So now let's see how quickly she can get out of debt with that money. So 14,000 divided by 1325. She would get out of debt in 10.5 months. So it would take her about 2 months extra to get out of debt by contributing to her 401k. So you might be thinking, well, she can get out of debt so much quicker, but what would she be losing if she did not contribute to her 401k? So if she did not contribute to her 401k over 8 months, how much money would she be losing? So let's do 90,000 divided by 12. That's 7,500 times the 11%. That's $825 every single month she would be losing. She would be losing out of $6,600 of free money by taking their approach. And she would be out of debt only 2 months earlier. Is it worth $6,600? Is it really? So that $6,600 number is also not accounting for the money that she would not be contributing to her 401k. So let's see how much money that is. So that's $375 times 8. So that's another $3,000. So potentially she would lose out in investing $9,600 over that 8-month period.
Yes, you got the one card at 17%, the other one at 10 or 11. Nobody ever counts the interest that they're paying. They always think about the interest that they could potentially earn.
So here's the thing. He just talked about how a lot of people think about the interest that they could earn and not the interest that they pay. But really, in the amount of time that she will be paying interest, it is such a small comparison to make to the amount of interest that she could potentially earn. And one of the actual geniuses out there, Albert Einstein, once said that he who understands interest earns it, but he who does not understand it pays it. And in this situation, if you understand compound interest and the amount of money that she will compound through interest by taking her 11% 401k match right now, over the course of 30 years, she will earn it, and she will actually be making a smart move. So I just found a random investment calculator and I plugged in the numbers that we came up with. So if she were not to invest for 8 months in order to get out of debt, her $14,000 of debt, she would miss out on a total of $9,600 that she could invest into her 401k. And so assuming that she retires at the age of 65, which is 30 years from her current age, she would be missing out on $73,000 when it's all said and done. Can you believe missing out on $73,000 as if it's chump change? And this is free money for the most part. 11% of her income now, her employer is giving to her for free, that she could potentially earn $73,000 on. So this is why Chris Hogan is wrong, and you should not follow his advice, because if you really want to have a great retirement IQ, one that speaks genius in dollars, you want to be investing while you are paying off debt, and you don't want to follow his advice because you will not build wealth the fastest way. If you want some sound advice and a smart path towards eliminating debt and building wealth, you want to make sure that you hit the subscribe button and you have your notifications turned on so you don't miss another video from the Wealth Vibe. And if you're interested in seeing another video right now, check out this video because I'm pretty sure it'll be a genius way towards making wealth.